And then it may see reoccurring, if it's for reoccurring. And then here's the big deal right there. You click that button, you as a card holder, you're not gonna get a chargeback. Right? And if you want to see what the privacy policy is, boom, there it is. So you can't say it wasn't given to you, and when you click that, you say pay now. This is where you're actually going to enter your own credit card number. No, don't obviously do it, but this is the actual form right there. And this form, just to tell you about some of the engineering behind it, and that part of the system that's going to touch your credit card is actually U.S. banks. So it can't get more secure from a cardholder perspective because this is going straight to U.S. Bank, fifth largest bank in the country, and it came from your wallet.
Right.
And then the bank knows, okay, where to deposit the money because the merchant number that trails it and so on. So this copy link is again, so if I want to copy and paste that over to Facebook, I can just copy that link and paste it over. Some of the other stuff that ePay does, under, walk you down this tab. If you're a church, you can have every one of your congregation listed as a customer with their email address, so that they can pull reporting, and it says how much they donated in the year 2016, or how much they donated in 2017 or 50, whatever year, you know. You can also, if you have a lot of employees like our travel merchants, they may have hundreds of travel agents underneath them selling, so they can actually allow each one of their individual salespeople to issue invoices, and I can administer it from right here. So I can turn them off, I can turn them on, I can issue new, credentials, I can give you a new user ID. I've got control of all my employees, so it's a nice tool. The designation, I'm not exactly sure. I think this designation that they're talking about doing there is, like in some of the churches, they want the children's fund or the building fund, or within the $200 I deposited, I want half of it to go here and half of it to go here and that kind of thing. So we've got that built in, right? Charity items. This is where you build that spaghetti dinner campaign kind of thing, This is, preloaded and things that we can do, but on this particular one, you upload the spaghetti dinner, you put in donation, and here's your spaghetti dinner. You wanted to charge more than $10, so we need to add another option for $19.95, and then it'll attach it to that item. And then you can put that spaghetti dinner on Facebook and have 1,000 people log in and buy it. And here's the next thing that's kind of cool. Every customer gets a returned email with a paid receipt. So they can take their paid receipt and go to the front door and say, I paid, let me in. So it actually becomes a ticketing system, because it automatically sends back a paid invoice. You follow? Neat stuff, right? This is where you just if you take ACH directly, ACH payments, it's a lot cheaper than credit card. And if you're monthly reoccurring and you're a church, you want to get automated payments, and give that as an option to the card holder. To say, do we want to make it reoccur? Different items, different inventory items, all kinds of stuff you can do. Within the dashboard, if you go back to the very beginning, you want to see, where is it? Send invoices. So if I'm busy and I just want to see all the invoices I've sent, I want to glance back, there's the last one we sent right here. And it's not showing, none of them are showing paid because they're all demo. It's not a live account, it's a demo account. But yeah, that's it. And if I want to resend it, I can go over here and say, let's edit the invoice. That's you, right?
Yeah.
$123.45. Let's make it $789. You didn't buy that first package, man. I told you better hurry. I'm running out. This is a new sale. The price went up. Yeah. So there's a couple little pieces that are getting added every couple of weeks. It's pretty cool. It's our product. So where I see some opportunities is, and I'm not chasing this one, but just as an example, like an Ace Hardware store, or somebody that has a need to set up all those individual merchants with websites and inventory and all that kind of thing. And they barely have the capacity to get the point of sale and the store and the inventory and everything else they got on their plate. So there's just there's some opportunity with some larger merchants where instead of going in and trying to take all of the transactions. We might be better to say, just give us your website stuff, right? Because we want to just start the relationship. After we start the relationship and they see that we are different than the other guys, that we truly are looking out for their interests above our own, and many times we make recommendations that are good for the client, not so good for us, but it's the right thing, So what else? What else? You got questions?
So these links, like the merchant account, are they compatible with like websites like Wix and WordPress and stuff like that?
Oh yeah,
Can we just
absolutely. Yeah, what happens is the gateway is here. Omnicommerce is a term you might want to get familiar with. So if I have my website, let's say we have an integration, it's an API. So when anybody hits your website, they click, want to buy that product or that product, all that shopping cart mechanism, we own it. We let merchants use it. So they can use our shopping cart, they can use their own, it doesn't matter. Beyond that, it then leads to the gateway, and that web traffic can go directly into the gate. ePay goes into that same gateway, right? Mobile goes into the same gateway. So they've got one centralized engine. So you think about it, if I've got a big operation, I got people running this and this and this. Now, oh yeah, point of sale. All of my stores, even the terminals can connect into the one place. So now we're not training people 8 different ways to run transactions 8 different ways. There's one centralized engine that has a lot of similar functionality so that for cross-training purposes, and then for the back office, imagine if you were the bookkeeper and you wanted to drill down and start looking at some of this stuff, and you were using 10 different companies, like, oh, well, I think we use this company for that, and this company for that, and oh, I don't know where those go, and that kind of thing. So omnicommerce is a big deal. There are still a good number of merchants out there that have a cash register system, and they've got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars into it, and they still can't get the chip cards to work. So as you're out and about in the world, if you hear about one of these opportunities, it could make you retired.
So for example, you run into someone who wants to open up a store or something like that, and so basically he still has to apply for a merchant account because it's unnecessary to run this eBay. But you're talking about how much are the charges that you're going to do, for example?
I'm sorry?
What is the charge of the service if that customer wants to invest with you, to use your service?
Well, we just erased them.
Okay.
It's about $20 a month. We've got $10 a month plans. We've got $30 a month plans. Some of our larger merchants are paying $200, $300 for more sophisticated systems, but they're doing big bucks. $200 or $300 to them is peanuts. So a lot of people try to get hung up on the monthly fee, and because a lot of the competitors are advertising that's why you should use them. But just to show you one example, at Square, it's the biggest one that's out there that advertising no monthly fees. Their rate is 2.75% for swipe, right? Interchange on swipe transactions starts at 0.05, goes as high as 80 for check cards. Goes a little higher than that, but you're under 1%. It should be 1.5%, not 2.75.
Explain the swipe and interchange for them.
Well, swipe cards are one rate, and when you manually key it in, you have to add about 75 basis points. So your 2.5% goes up to 3.5, whatever. But just approximate 1% compared to 2.75%. A small merchant that does $10,000 a month, the difference between this and this equals our monthly fee. So you paid, $20 too much here, and if you want to say that our monthly fees of $20 are too much, that's fine. They still offset each other. You know what I'm saying? And with these guys, you don't get to call anybody. There's no phone number. With me, you call me and I answer the phone in 3 seconds and I help you. I'm your concierge. I mean, when you go to a hotel, you don't pay for a concierge, you end up getting a better deal. It's what it's supposed to be. So that's what we try to do. Make sense?
Get that?
Kind of.
Is that too
If you're a
fast?
small merchant, let's say you're doing $1,000 a month. If you're doing $1,000 a month and you're happy with Square, you stay there. It's not worth our time. Yeah. Merchants doing $1 million a month, now it's worth our time. 10 million a month, really worth our time. Yeah. And you'll see in different markets, there's different profitability. So if you're going after those merchants that swipe transactions, on a scale from 1 to 10, your profitability is a 1. If you're selling merchants that are travel and have future delivery and a big risk, you're now at 10. You know what I'm saying? The average retail merchant makes us about 10 basis points. The average travel merchant makes us 125 basis points.
Okay, and you said that when they key it in, when they type it in, it looks like how the
3/4 of a point. Yeah.
So does the same apply to like the chip? Does that apply
Yes.
to the chip?
So the chip and the swipe are currently in the same bucket, so they get the lower rate. And
But then again, some, because this is a wild, wild west, some merchant company, since you don't know and you don't understand, they charge you under the other one, which is card not present because it's expensive. So the lot of merchant out there saying, oh, I'm so loyal to my credit card company because, you know, I've been with them for all these years, and, you know, they give you the statement and you say, whoa, you're loyal to them? They've been really screwing you all day long, you know,
Right.
because they have no idea.
nobody does.
So basically, card not present is just doing the transaction over the
Expensive.
phone.
Yep.
Yes.
Any time where the card isn't face to face. So it's phone order, mail order. I might, you know, in the case of a church, a lot of them have these cards you fill out, mail it in. Doctors will fill out this piece of paper, mail it in. You get a lot of that. But yeah, anytime it's not face to face. So
Meaning this
he
is
may have changed
security,
his
no
mind.
control.
His card might not be good. A lot of things could happen now.
Uh-huh.
Plus, you grab it and you start punching in. There's room for error.
Uh-huh.
And then you accidentally, this happened to me, my boat, that's how I got a big marina. They had a stack of invoices like this.
It's security. Yeah, it's the issue is security.
True story.
Yeah.
I was at the marina, and I heard the girl punching in the credit card machine numbers behind me, and me and the owner were just chatting and bullshit. And then it kept going, it kept going. I'm like, what the hell is she doing, punching in credit card numbers all day? And she would take one and finish it, and then she would turn it over, and then she would do the next one, right? Do this whole thing, and then the next receipt she would turn it over. What happened was she hit one twice. She forgot to turn it over.
It happens easy.
Not only did they lose the chargeback, they lost the customer because they built the boat twice, $500 for the boat, and it screwed up the vacation, whatever.
Oh,
It's a whole
definitely,
story.
yeah.
Right, but it's just sloppy. It's a paper-based system, whereas we say, okay, take all this shit, throw it back in the stack, let's digitize this thing. We can sort, copy, paste, we can do all kinds of stuff with data now, you know? And a lot of times you'll find, or we find, that it's just, you know, older white dudes, I guess, that own businesses that are whatever, you know,
Yeah.
ancient and don't get
Right,
with
right,
technology, and it's just
They fight
yeah,
to be in a new technology. And so, yeah, that's how it is.
man.
So basically, card not present supposed to be very expensive, but card present because of security, you're under control, you watch it, you see it, supposed to be cheap, but when they get the statement, they have no clue, you know. Say, I'm so loyal to my person, you know, he's a relative or he's been with me for, can you show me a copy? No, I can't give you a copy because, you know, she will be upset, you know, after so many you don't give up. If she finally give you a copy, say, you're loyal to this person? How long you been paying this? 10 years.
Right. And you've been overpaying for 10 years.
It happens.
Yeah, there's stuff all over the board.
Ridiculous.
The good news is there's not many honest guys in our business. The bad news is there's not many honest guys in our business. Good news is the hardest thing about the business is cold calling. It's also the easiest part of the business. It's not that difficult. You know, it's not like swinging a hammer. I've done that. That's hard. Swinging a hammer is hard. This is easy. You got to deal with a little rejection. You know. But at the end of the day, we really try to do a couple things, and one is get the business owner paid efficiently, securely, and safely at the same time. A lot of our competitors bypass the security and jump right into signing them up for a merchant account and don't give them any sort of security whatsoever. Our bank insists that our merchants have a data security package, or they don't want it. Some days I wish they had it the other way, but other days I'm happy they did it the way they did it because we're not getting breached all that often.
I would say just incorporate.
Hmm?
I would say just incorporate the security.
Yeah, and the reality is, if they have a merchant account with anybody else and they don't have PCI, let's see.
You go to,
Is that your website?
no, I'm just going to PCI Data Security for Sale.
Okay.
You jump onto any for a 30-day, there you go, free trial, that's cool. You're gonna find that most of these guys are charging about $200 a year, if not more. And there's a couple different versions of the security package. If you're using a terminal like this, I don't need to scan it. No, it's not a computer for me to scan, it's just taking chip card transactions. But if you're using a laptop and you're keying in the transactions, somebody put a malware on this thing, they could be grabbing every one of those transactions. So I can't just have you fill out a form. I actually have to scan the PC once a quarter to make sure that there's not malware. You might have a virus protection, but virus protection is not the same as malware protection. Malware is the one that's going to grab the credit card numbers, and it's not a virus. It's just spitting the credit card numbers out to somebody else. That you don't want that to happen. So, yeah.
Bad world.
We get exposed to, you name it, everything. Prostitutes, drug dealers, you name it. They all call up and say, I want to take credit cards. Why can't I?
How do you do this?
Kind of funny, but so there we go.
Go to your website and all the services that you offer.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we want.
So.
And then we go to the churches, because these people are big on churches.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Starting over here. Merchant services, this is the list. From Canadian merchants, we actually have a bin in Canada, so if you own a business in Canada and you want to get funded in Canadian dollars, we do that. We're getting ready to finalize our EU paperwork, so we'll be a bin within Dublin, Ireland. And within Dublin, Ireland, it will be able to serve the whole EU. Germany, Poland, Italy, Spain, France, Greece. You want to go live over there and sell merchant accounts and make a living and live on a Greek island, we can work it out. Pretty cool concept to be able to work anywhere on the planet you want to work, and that's what I really like about the travel business. Although there's a lot more other businesses out there. We do take those businesses. Something unique about travel when I get to be travel all over the planet. It's a business expense. It's not a bad deal, So just currency conversion, EBT and debit cards. E-commerce gateways, I could spend all day on that. That's all the websites, the shopping carts, the different components that different websites are looking for. Electronic checks, gift and loyalty. This is a big one here. Not doing a whole lot of merchant cash advances, but we're starting to do a whole lot of loans. The merchant cash advances can be 100 and something % interest rate. They're just ridiculously priced loans. They should be illegal, but they're not because they're written up under the framework of factoring. And because there's no preset time, I don't know if you're going to pay the loan off in 3 months or 6 months. It's not an interest rate. It's a flat factoring fee. So it works out to be 150% interest. It's
So
still legal.
whenever I take out a cash advance, like from a Walgreens or a Winn-Dixie, that Winn-Dixie has to pay it off?
No. There's a product called a merchant cash advance,
Oh, okay.
and they loan you money against your credit card future
Yeah.
receivables. So if you're a dry cleaner, and they know you're doing 1,000 every week, I'll probably loan you $4,000 against your credit card receivables. and then you're gonna pay me back, say, I'm gonna take 25% of each batch. But because I don't know what your sales are gonna be over the next month and a half, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get paid back. So it's not a true interest rate. So there's been a lot of this money put into the market because people didn't think they could qualify for a loan. And this product allowed those loans to happen, but they were really, really expensive prices. So basically what we're doing 9 times out of 10 is seeing a guy that's paying 150% or 40% or whatever crazy number, and we set him up with something that's decent, call it 20% or a revolving line of credit or something that's, you know, that's real. It's not gonna choke him out of business.
So for the loans and funding, what's the requirements for that?
Depends on, there's a lot of variables. So as an example, we even have one of our providers that will send a brand new business. Now, for a brand new business, the requirement is, I want to say a 680 credit score. And then with 6 months in business, it can go down to, I don't know, 600. And then with 2 years in business, they'll take you off. They won't even put you on it. If your credit's that bad, we'll remove you completely. We'll do it only in the name of your corporation. And that's where you're going to teach people how to make sure that they keep some retained earnings in their financials and try to look like they're, yeah, they got a nice healthy balance sheet. But small loans, large loans, there's so many. We've got about 20 different lenders. We've got a couple guys that are specific to real estate when it's like an owner-operated business. You know, the mechanic down here, he owns the building, you know. They'll do all kinds of crazy deals that are good deals, you know, not crazy bad. Certainly compared to what these merchant cash advance. So unfortunately, I don't have just a pre-cut answer,
Right.
but we don't get beat.
Right.
That I can tell you.